What's up, guys? Sean. Hope everyone's doing well. All right, so I wanted to take some time to talk today about prepping for the holidays and taking advantage of every opportunity that you can from this hobby during this what is traditionally a busy time of the year for the hobby. And probably the largest component to that is that a lot of collectors and maybe a few dealers that took some time off during the summertime, they're coming back in right around now. There was a few years where I did that myself. I took, say, July, August off, do some camping, do some of the normal people things out there, and then come back into the hobby. And when you come back, it's like, man, everybody's coming back, and they're a little bit more engaged than say they were over the summer. Now, it's been a relatively busy summer. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think the hobby as a whole has been extremely active. Let me go ahead and open this a little bit. Got a little natural light in here. It's been pretty nice and steady. We're seeing new collectors, new general interest coming into numismatics as a whole. And that could be attributed to a bunch of different things. Social media has certainly been at its most explosive, with a bunch of new content creators across the board coming out of the woodworks, getting into it. And then, evidence from what I saw from the Pittsburgh A&A show, we have that target demographic of 18 to 25-year-olds who are deep into social media. They use those Instagram accounts, they leverage Twitter and all sorts of other platforms. And they're talking about, things. And a lot of them are they transition over. Maybe coins isn't their primary thing, but all of a sudden now they have this interest. Maybe they did sneakers, or they were into video games or the sports card world, or maybe it's just general organic interest outside of the collectible space. But there's been quite a bit of overall activity of this particular demographic coming into it, and they're not exactly stingy. They have money to spend. I've seen many $10,000+ transactions occur during the A&A show, and it's just been overall incredible. All right, so yeah, no doubt about it. We are in a period of the year where the kids are heading back to school. Overall, from the hobby perspective, we see like a little micro shift. All right, nothing that I would say to a lot of folks is going to be wildly evident. It's silver went up another $2 after it gone down $2 for the prior weeks. So the market will still always be the market. Okay, there's going to be external forces that are kind of pulling and tugging at the market, in a negative way and in a positive way, and that's inescapable. It's just going to happen. So other things that are going on, which leads to more activity, is the heightened kind of like sense of like, I need to go out and get some of these bankrolls and things like that by the end of the year. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that people during this kind of like back quarter of the year, the last 3 months of the year, they're out cashing in their change. You're seeing a lot of like new old inventory that people have socked away for the last like 3 to 5 years, now all of a sudden come out of the woodwork. And it's going to give people that opportunity to look for some of those errors and varieties and key dates and things like that they didn't have the opportunity to do so back in, say, 2020, where a lot of like kind of like the big stuff came out. In 2021 and 22, I mean, there's been a number of things, but overall, there's also more demand. There's more traffic through the auction world. Shoot, I was just on Heritage Auctions the other day. Tuesday, they run their currency select auctions, which they do every week. And I'm like, I can't buy a damn thing to save my life because the prices are extremely strong. And again, that's more of people going out there. There might be a little FOMO involved, which is fear of missing out. But overall, things like the currency market has never been stronger for some of those mid-level tier type of items. Things that traditionally are between $100 to $500. The more expensive, extravagant stuff, of course, you begin to weed out the folks that don't have that kind of capital, I suppose, to afford those. But still, we're still realizing pretty strong prices on quite a few of those notes. Fancy serial numbers has been the big blockbuster just in the last 90 days. With, of course, my videos that I've launched. Now I'm doing twice a week because of just overall demand. I'm doing my fancy serial number report, a brand new report that I launched about 3 months ago. That's been just absolutely popular. And I thank you guys for that, by the way. You guys have, engineered the success to all of that to a great degree. But overall, that is one segment that has really captivated a lot of overall attention. And I think because it runs this parallel to coin roll hunting, where you could just easily access all of this inventory right from your bank, and it's actually easier to grab dollar bills and twos and fives than it is to actually go and find bank rolls. And it doesn't really guarantee you a whole lot either way. But if you hit that big hitter, say out of a $100 pack of dollar bills, compared to that little minor variety or error on the coin side of things, you're going to end up making more money off of that $1 bill than you would, say, on that Lincoln Cent with a little strike through on it. So I think because of the ease of accessibility for packs of dollar bills, and folks are beginning to find the brand new 2021 BEP packs, Star Note $100 face packs are currently trading for between $500 and $600. So if you can imagine walking into your bank today, and don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Set your intention. Some people are trying to find, well, what's the big secret? Do I need to be cryptic about it? No, go in there and say, hey, I hear that these brand new 2021 dollar bills are out. Can I order the BEP sourced packs with the actual paper strip on them and all that? It'd be better if you were able to get and obtain the bricks, which are $1,000 face value, but just go into a bank and set your intentions. Hey, do you have any more of the brand new 2023 quarters? And just say it like that. And again, a lot of it is cultivating the relationship. I think this is probably a good time to set that stage for you guys, is cultivating the relationship with your branch managers and teller partners in order to obtain some of the. You're going to have a lot easier avenue of obtaining endless supplies of what you need, if and only if you reciprocate in the most positive way to your bank employees. All right, that's important. If you do not do that and you're demanding every single step of the way, then you're not going to get the results you need. And then you're going to come on my videos, they're like, well, I asked this and that and those, and they won't give it to me. And after deep diving, come to think about it, they're in there, they don't have an account, okay, which you could get around that. I've been into banks where I don't have an account, and I've changed a $100 bill for a breakdown of like coin or bills, whatever. But the setting the stage of being a good bank customer, all right, being friendly, being nice. Hello, Julie. Hello, Robert. Do engage in some small talk. It doesn't hurt to talk about your hobby. You could do whatever floats your boat. Some people have a great deal of anxiety or depression, and they do this as an outlet. And don't be afraid to share stuff like that, because at the end of the day, we're all human. All right, and it's really cool that you're able to obtain 100% unsearched stuff. Okay, there are certain instances. This is where the tinfoil hat crowd comes in. There's going to be instances where oh yeah, these $50 rolls have been searched. You're just going to get that. For the most part, a lot of it, assume that it's unsearched, and you're just going to have fun with it. because there's a lot to look for. The people that do search those half-dollar rolls, maybe, guys, only do it for the silver. Silver's not everything. There are a lot of other extremely valuable pieces to find at these rolls that the traditional silver stacker overlooks. All right, so those doubled dies, RPMs, mint errors, things like that. There's a lot of them out there. All right, so take every advantage. But now is the time to kind of grease the skids, grease the wheels a little bit, to set yourself up for what's going to be not only a very exciting holiday season 2023, but also a very successful one at obtaining everything that you need. All right, you gotta assume that there's abundance of this stuff, and there is. All right, people dog shit on fiat currency all the time about how it's going to zero, but it's not really gonna matter if you pull out that fancy serial number, solid ones, that's worth about $1,000 plus. So it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about enjoying the hobby, letting it be the escape that you need, so that way it's more of a normal experience, and then that you have community that rallies around you and the hobby and congratulating you on the finds, okay? Because that's where it's at. Nobody needs to get jealous because, yet again, I have to stress there is plenty to go around. The BEP is constantly printing money every month at record levels. The mint is constantly minting those coins at record levels. So, just really begin to get ready for it. And then, on the collectible side of things, we're seeing a 5 to 10% bump on everything because it's just that time of the year. And, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, there's going to be ebbs and flows all throughout the market. Now is kind of more the prep time. Now is the excitement, the fervor, just the overall general community. It really explodes during the holidays to talk about some of the pickups for the PC, or maybe a certain coin that was found. We have one more American Women quarter that's going to be released here in the next month or so. So there is that. Another huge announcement. Okay, I just closed on a deal. Okay, this is quite a very interesting thing too, on a bulk lot of strictly 1940s Lincoln cents. They're all 1940s, and it's a local lady who had held on to these for the last 15 years, I believe. It belonged to, I think, her great uncle. Now that I think, okay, so it belonged to her great uncle, who was actually a service member during World War II, and had done a lot of collecting and stuff once he got out of the war. All right, because I guess he couldn't get gainful employment right away, so he ended up just hoarding coins and collecting and doing all that stuff. But strangely enough, it's all 1940s Lincoln cents in a bag. It came out to about, after doing counting, it was right under 7,000 pieces. So it's a lot, okay? And I was able to obtain them for what I consider to be just an okay value, because normally 1940s Lincolns are somewhere in that 4 to 5 cent range. 50s Lincoln wheats are in that 3 to 5 cent range. Depends on who you talk to. But what I'm gonna do, because I have absolutely no time to go through this, especially with my Whatnot auctions, my YouTube. We're launching all the brands across all the social media. Facebook's coming back live. We have Instagram and TikTok. I cannot go through any of that stuff. So we are going to package them up in rolls. They are truly unsearched, because the lady doesn't even know what to do with them. She knows nothing about them. What she did do was she pulled the steel cents out, and I think she gave them to another family member. So there's no steel cents in all this. It's all copper, a lot of D and S mints. So you know what that means. A lot of variety hunting for you guys out there. But there's a fair amount of P mints as well. And a few kind of like decent condition coins, some of the AU, red browns, BUs in there as well. So it's an exciting opportunity. I don't know how many rolls I'm going to do, but I'm going to do a whatnot auction. I don't think this week because I'm picking up the lot on Monday, but possibly the next week. I'm gonna offer up these rolls at what am I gonna do? Probably $6 a roll or something like that. Buy it now. So I'm gonna go on live just to sell these rolls for anyone that wants it. I'm probably gonna have easily 100 plus rolls. So whoever wants them, they can come in and buy them at $6 a piece. Uh, to quick pro tip, you don't want to go in and just buy one roll because it's going to charge you the full ground advantage rate, which is $4. You want to buy at least probably 5 rolls if you're going to do that. So that way, because it consolidates the shipping after the first roll. So the second roll will only end up being like 50 cents more. So definitely keep an eye out for that. That's going to be either this week or next week. It's going to be kind of a huge treasure find. You just never know what you're going to find in that stuff. And I just don't have the time, guys, to go through it. I'm like one of those coin dealers who's incredibly successful that ends up getting this stuff and has no chance whatsoever to do anything with it. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll update you guys on that hoard, that collection. Six to 7,000 seems like a lot, but it's really not. Because back, 10 years ago, I used to go through like 15,000 wheat cents a week. And I did not do myself any service doing that because there was a lot of stuff I overlooked. A lot of stuff. So it's going to be a really cool treasure hunt for anyone. And, it'd be a great gift idea as well for that coin collector in your group. But that's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Be prepared. It's going to be a very awesome holiday season, as they all are. And then we have our annual holiday giveaway. We're going to do it again on the live coin Q&A channel like we did last year. Boy, it was hot. It was like it got off like gangbusters. We had a lot of really awesome stuff to give away to the community, and we're going to do that again this year. So if you haven't subscribed to the live coin Q&A channel, I would highly encourage you guys to do that as well. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys again for all of your support throughout 2023. It's been quite challenging, just kind of like managing all the stuff that I've had going on. And the PCMR will drop tomorrow morning on Sunday. So I've been doing the Sunday edition of the PCMR, and it's been fine. It works out. So that's it. Yeah. And by the way, happy birthday to my daughter. She turns 11 tomorrow. So I'm going to bless her, and we're going to do some stuff with her. So you may not see me too much this weekend other than this video and my PCMR tomorrow morning, but rest assured, you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. And go ahead and do your last minute summer vacation stuff. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Take care.